Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here you're so welcome. I'm Jane and my husband Mike is behind the camera. We're British, early retirees, debt and mortgage free, and living a thrifty, frugal and money saving life on a super tight budget here in Brittany in northwest France. And every Sunday we share an aspect of our private life, or something that we've done that week or something that we've done to save money. This week's a bit of a mishmash of all of those things. Let's start sharing them with you. I thought I'd start off by sharing with you a really important job that we do at the end of every month. Now, if you've not seen any of our budgeting videos before, we will put a link to them in the description box below. But we keep our budget on paper. We have another book that we keep all our sinking funds in, and we keep running totals of all our long-term savings. So when it gets to this stage, and it's the 24th today, that means I will close the budget for February. I will tally up all my receipts, and we are always either on budget or under budget. We do not allow ourselves to go over budget. We don't see the point of having a budget and going over it. If you go over, your budget isn't correct, is it? So that's what we've done. We've recorded all the receipts, we've balanced our books and everything. We haven't spent anything from our sinking funds this month. So that means the sinking funds totals have just got bigger. And we've set our budget for March, and we've agreed on our discretionary spending for March and everything that we're going to do in March with our money, and it's all written down. So that's a job that's really important that we do every month, and that's a very important job that we did today. Share with you a job I'm doing this morning. It's Monday morning. I don't cook on Mondays. We haven't got any laundry to dry today. So I have taken the opportunity to clean out my wood burning stove. So you can see here, let me just move the broom for you. You can see on the left is the firebox. And I've completely cleaned that out, and I've completely cleaned out any dusty bits of ashes under there. And then we have the oven on this side, which I will clean last. Just need to clean it with warm soapy water. And you've got the hot plate on one side for cooking on, and another hot plate on the other side for cooking on. And the smoke and the heat goes around the oven, and sometimes I can use the damper. The damper shuts off the air to the chimney to make the heat circulate more around the oven. And that means smoke accumulates there and soot. So when you have a wood burning cooker, somewhere around the oven, there will be an inspection hole, which we've unscrewed it, and I have pulled all of this soot out. And I use this to pull all the soot out of it and cleaned it out. I'm now going to put it back together, give everything a good clean, good wash down, and that's a bit of maintenance. And it really does help the air circulate around the oven and heat the oven up properly.
What have you been up to, my love?
Right, I'm going to point now and walk away, so I'll have to shout because I'm outside. We had the back of the barn landscaped last year and they filled it in with lots of rubbish and spoil from the demolished barn. It's all under here and it has raised up by about, I think, a metre or so. It's now sunk and compacted into the ground, and where there was a ridge here, it's now covered in weeds, and I'm digging it out and I'm creating it to be flat. This area at the back here is where we hope to put in a raised bed. It is out of sight. Nobody can see it from the road or anywhere else. We live in what's called a national park. If we had anything in our garden that's unsightly, that looked a bit makeshift, that wasn't, you know, beautiful and French and perfect, people put in a complaint to the mayor and the mayor can tell you to get rid of it because people find it offensive. So that's why we're doing it behind the barn. So we hope to put in some raised beds this year. But I have to do the landscaping, and just as I'm doing it, typical isn't it, it's just started raining and I'm going to have to call that quits for today. I'm in the barn with Mike. Mike, do you want to tell everybody about how we're being really thrifty with all this wood and using it all up?
Hello, darling. Yeah, we've got plenty of wood because this used to be a wood mill, and because we've had it re-roofed, we had lots of spare beams as well. No good for construction because they were too dry, but good enough to burn. Now our heating is wood, so we can burn plenty of wood.
What about all these small bits, Mike? What do you do with all these small bits of wood?
The smaller bits, like this, and we've got some bits over there. You can see all the small bits. That's from the wood mill. That's all kindling. We can use that for kindling.
Excellent.
So we've got a lifetime supply of kindling and a good amount of wood to burn. Eventually this will be the wood storage for the wood burners. So we'll gradually chop it up.
And tell me, Mike, because I can see the birds coming in. Have you noticed the birds have started building their nests yet?
There's a couple of returnees. I imagine they must have been living here for quite a few years. And they do like popping through the windows because there's, obviously you can see there's a few holes in the windows. Do you think they pass them down through the family? I think they do. I think year by year they pass these houses down through the family. Oh, it's very French.
It is very French. So there we are. We don't waste anything at all. Even the old bits of scrap wood get cut up and burned for firewood. Give them a wave, Mike.
Bye.
Here I am in the garden again, doing a bit of gardening. Well, just looking at my hair here, a bit wild and windswept. Hey. So I'm doing a bit of gardening, as you can see here. Well, you can't see, it's a big ridge, and I say gardening, I'm landscaping. I'm trying to flatten out this area at the back here. And this bit at the back, like I said in an earlier video, is going to be where we put our raised beds. It's windy now, I'm sorry about the wind, always happens. I am going to get digging. I get asked all the time about why I don't have a vegetable garden. You need good soil of a certain depth and quality to grow some vegetables. And as you can see here where I'm digging, every single shovelful is full of backfill from a quarry. They dig it all out, they blast the stones, they crack the stones open. They use the big granite stones for building. And that's what you're left with absolutely everywhere. And each and every one of these stones is the size of my fist. And I have to pick up every single one with my hands and move it. Every single one. It's endless hard work. It's finish off February. We've been fixing up our upstairs bathroom. You can see how small it is. That's it. Can't even open the door any further. So you can't see from here in there, but it does need a coat of paint. It's going to get a coat of paint, and then all the woodwork that you see will also get 2 or 3 coats of paint, and then we will consider our upstairs bathroom to be done. So here I am in my upstairs bathroom, and Mike has painted all the walls, and I'm about to paint all of the woodwork. Coat of paint number 1. I always like to put on 3 coats of paint if it's bare wood. No, I didn't prime it, I've just used the paint. The paint sort of gets absorbed into the wood. You can see I've masked everything off. Coat of paint number 1, I'm going to leave it for a couple of hours, go off and do something else, and come back and put another coat of paint on later. I've been at this digging, this landscaping for 4 days on and off. I did a bit, it rained. I did a bit, it rained, and then I did a bit, and then there was a storm. I mean, it was so windy, my hair nearly blew off my head. You know that kind of wind that makes you all grumpy and teasy you don't like it. And then I do a bit more. So I'm kind of chipping away at this, you know, eating the elephant a bit at a time. I will get it done. My plan is to get it all finished off by the end of February, but I won't get it finished off for all the end of this video, because then I've got the cleaning up to do afterwards, but I will do. And people said to me, what are you going to do with this? Well, I'm landscaping it and I'm making it flat, because at the moment it's a big lump that we can't do anything with. And so if it's flat, I will be able to mow it with my lawn mower. So what am I going to do with it in the first place? What I do with everything here to kind of clean it up and keep it tidy, I'm going to cover it in grass seed and let the grass grow, and I'll do something with the area another day. There we are, another part of finish off February. This is a scrappy quilt that I've been making since the middle of last year. Then I got finished. I've still got a bit of the binding to sew down, but other than that, it will be finished by the end of the month. So it's been finish off February. You saw me outside doing a bit of landscaping work behind our barn, where I'm trying to level out a bit of ground. We've still got 4 days to go yet. It is my target that I will completely finish that before the absolute end of the month. You saw us working on our upstairs bathroom, our bathroom by our bedroom. It is teeny tiny bathroom. It was really difficult, so we couldn't film whilst we were in it and whilst we were doing it, because there's absolutely no space in there. But you saw the work that Mike did to box in the bath. He also painted the walls, and I've been painting the woodwork. So those are things that we have been finishing off this month. There are things like I finished cleaning all the domestic appliances. That was a really good thing to get done. And Mike has completely decluttered and deep cleaned his office. We didn't film that. There's obviously personal things in there like banking, for example, that we don't want to put away. And so, you know, we didn't film that. Mike's been working really hard in his barn and cutting up loads of wood that we've got in there that we've been burning. Lots of things like the old oak beams from the barn that was pulled down before the barn was rebuilt. So it's been a really, really productive month. And as you saw, it's the end of the month. We've reconciled our budget for February. We've written our budget for January. And the frugal month goes on. So we've had a frugal February. And the way things are at the moment and the cost of living crisis, it's going to be a miserly March. So come back for some more as we share with you miserly March and more money saving to come. Well, thank you everybody who watches our videos. We really appreciate it. We appreciate every one of you who hits that like button. And if you've not hit that like button yet, go on, press the like button. Thank you to all subscribers, old and new. We are so close to 25,000 subscribers. And if you're not a subscriber, Go on, join in. It costs you nothing to join. We love hearing from you and we read every one of your comments. Just leaves me to say on behalf of Mike and myself, we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.